Let's get this show on the road. Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's Professor Victor Singing Eagle yet again to harass my beloved students here at Sisseton, Wahpeton College, English Composition 1. Yay! Today, I'm going to return to what we were talking about the last time we met. Grading criteria. Remember what I told you before? Professors like to create what they call grading rubrics, which sounds really scary and kind of stupid in my opinion, but I just call it grading criteria. It's like a grade sheet that shows students what criteria we use to grade your papers. In my situation and a lot of other professors, we like to grade on these 4 categories: focus, development and support, organization, and mechanics. 0 to 2, meaning 2 to 3, 4 to 5, got it? Good. Now, last time we met, we spoke about focus. I said it's really complicated, so I had to break it up into 2 videos, and it kind of went through. I hope you guys understood what I was talking about. And if you don't, you know how to get a hold of me, right? Right? I hope so. No, today we're going to focus on development and support. And I'll walk you through it. Not successful, we'll start there and we'll go to the happy stuff. So, if you have a paper that has a bunch of vague generalizations, doesn't back up your BS, that's really what it's saying, you're going to get a 0 to 2. Lots of vague generalizations are made, very little details and examples to back up what the writer is saying. Ideas are unclear, or key ideas are misquoted or misrepresented. Also, bad logic is being used. Now, 2 to 3, which is competent. Writer's ideas are presented clearly, for the most part, although occasional vague points are made lacking illustrative details and examples. This means, students trying, not always successful. And finally, hooray! The writer backs up all the points with appropriate details and examples and even research. Very few gaps in logic or argumentation. So, there you have it. That's how to get a high score in development and support. Now, I'm going to shrink this down and I'm going to give you a little illustrative example of what I'm talking about. Those of you who know me know that in addition to being an English professor and an ESL professor and an anthropology professor, I like to drive trucks. And every once in a while I get sick of academia and I'll cycle out of school and get back and climb into my big rig and start rolling down the highway. Yeehaw! So, if you know anything about driving and trucking, you also might know that there is a push spearheaded by many people, particularly some fellow they're calling the richest man in the world. I beg to differ. I think it's probably Vladimir Putin, but we won't go there. Some fellow named Musk who thinks, what could go wrong? 80,000 pounds, 18 wheels, no driver, a computer at the helm. What could go wrong? Right? So, you know, Singing Eagle is going to be against this, but I need to explain why. My explanation is my development and support, how I'm backing up my BS. I'm just going to say, it's just a bad idea. That's not backing up anything. I could back up my idea in 3 main categories. I could talk about the unpredictability of other drivers. You already know that to err is human, but to really screw up takes a computer. Here's a cute little example of some unpredictable driving on YouTube. Hope I have enough sound. Let's pull it up all the way, make it loud so you can hear me. There we go. And we're going to make this big, and we're going to hit play.
Unpredictable actions on the part of other road users is not a matter of if it's going to happen, but when. Manage space well around your vehicle, then when it does happen, you're not really surprised and you're ready for it. For more information, smartdrivepets.com. Bye now. Unpredictable actions.
Okay, we saw it already. Thank you very much. Go away. Oh, I like this thing when it works. Now, we got reason number 1. Other human beings on the road. People are always doing stupid things. They're eating Taco Bell. They're texting while they're driving. They're on their phones just talking and chatting and all that. And you think a computer is going to be able to handle all that? Not to mention the deers that jump in front of them. But we won't go there. Let's talk about reason number 2. Reason number 2 is the states. The governments are getting involved. Local and state governments don't really like this idea because the constituents, the other human beings who are afraid of 80,000-pound computers driving down the highway, write to their state senators and say, we got to stop this. Reason number 3, we have people actually studying this. Here's the OOIDA, which means Owner Operator Independent Drivers Association. I'm a member too. It's just it's a truck drivers union. They go to Washington and fight for truck driver rights, and it talks about the truckers' perspective on autonomous trucks. And it just says, well, this is pretty much part of a study, a larger study that was conducted on this idea of autonomous driverless vehicles. Now, personally, I believe sooner or later they're going to happen. Just like that old Will Smith movie, I, Robot, where he wrecks all those trucks. Those were autonomous trucks. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. But my argument is going to be, why not have a human and a computer working in tandem? But that's just an aside. We don't need to talk about that right now because we're talking about our class. And I was telling you about development and support and the value of backing your BS. Get it? Got it? Good. We'll talk again next time about organization and maybe mechanics too. Thanks so much for being so kind and patient with me. Have an awesome day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. 8 minutes.